What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well, having a great day so far. It is time now for the Monday weather update for Monday, June 17th, 2024. If you're new to my channel, this is where we do the daily weather update. Some days we do full videos, some days we do YouTube shorts. Today we're doing a full weather video because, as you can see, the National Hazards Map is very active at this time. So if you're new, subscribe down below, give this a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, leave your comments down below, and share this with anyone you know. Starting off today, the big story for the United States, I would say right now, is the heat that is going to be taking place this week in the United States, in the eastern portions of the country. We've been talking about it day after day after day, and it's a lock. It's going to be coming. Matter of fact, in some places, it has already started. We're approaching 90 degrees here in Philadelphia, and many places will be at or above 90 degrees for at least the next week. Yes, you heard me correctly. At least the next week, especially if you're down south, it's going to last even longer for you down there. You also see on the National Hazards Map, portions of the northern plains and upper Midwest do now have a flood watch and flash flood watch. So that is something that we have to watch, as flooding and maybe even some flash flooding is possible in that area. Then you go to the southwest and you see in the Four Corners region, we do have red flag warnings where wildfire potential is there today. And then you also see winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings up for portions of Montana and Idaho. Yes, that is a thing. Yes, you could see several inches of snow in the middle of June. I know, crazy, isn't it? Then we have to watch down in Texas and Louisiana, where there is the threat for some flooding, as there is a tropical disturbance there. All right, moving on to the key messages from the Weather Prediction Center. Now, this was last updated yesterday, but it pretty much still remains the same and needs to be repeated. You can see here on this map here, these are the metropolitan areas that are at risk for extreme heat, and that's a lot of areas. You have Chicago, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York, Albany, and Boston, Massachusetts, all level 4 on this index for extreme heat. And then, of course, Baltimore and Washington are in major as well. And you can see that on the map here. It's red there. And then further to the south, it's not as extreme yet. But as we head down the line into the weekend, this ridge that sets up, it will push south a little bit, but the heat with it will not really dissipate on the south side of it. So places down in the southeast, you're really going to get into it come this weekend. And this really is the first significant heat wave this season. So a lot of places, your bodies will not be adjusted to this. So it's going to hit you relatively hard. You will want to take it easy if you have to head outside for long periods of time, or maybe you work outside. You will really want to take it easy. Taking a look at the radar picture here, we can see showers and thunderstorms are impacting the Gulf Coast region. There's a few in Texas, but nothing compared to what's coming. Same thing with Louisiana. You do have some showers and thunderstorms, and also on the Florida Panhandle today as well. Then there is an area of energy out ahead of this where you do have some thunderstorms moving through portions of Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri are next. There could be some minor flash flooding with this. The Weather Prediction Center has been talking about that. There are isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms today across portions of Ohio and western Pennsylvania. And we also see here that we do have showers, thunderstorms, and even flat out rain in the upper Midwest. That we will have to watch as we head into the rest of the afternoon. And here is our system that is ongoing in Montana and Idaho that is bringing, yes, some snow. You could see several inches of snow today as that system is still there. Taking a look at the Hurricane Center, and this is what I wanted to show you. It says Monday here, as of 6:17, National Hurricane Center is watching 2 systems for possible development. The southwest Gulf of Mexico system is likely to become a tropical depression or tropical storm by midweek. If it does, it would be named Alberto. If it does become a tropical storm anyhow, while it moves slowly westward or west-northwestward towards the Gulf Coast. 70% chance of development now. The Southwest Atlantic, that's this yellow one here, and the other one is this red disturbance that you can see here, which it's code red now, so there's a good chance it's going to develop. The Southwest Atlantic has a low formation of 30% chance as it approaches the coast of the southeast United States Thursday or Friday, and really the most bullish model with that would be the GFS. The rest of the modeling is not all that impressed on it, hence why it's only at 30% at this time. All right, let's revisit yesterday's severe storms. There were some wind reports to be had across portions of the Great Lakes in Illinois, Michigan, and even in Indiana. There was also one tornado reported yesterday, 86 total wind reports, one which was a high wind report. Hail, 28, and 14 of them were large hail reports. Total reports yesterday was 115. You can see Nebraska also had some severe weather, and that one tornado was down in Florida. Yeah, that was a little bit unexpected. Was not expecting to see any tornado warnings down there, which is why, even if you just have a marginal risk or just a general risk area, at any given time, if the conditions are right, if everything is just right, you can get a spin up to happen. It's not always going to be a strong tornado, but hey, a tornado can happen. Always be weather aware. All right, moving on now to today's threat. And we can see here across the plains, portions of the Midwest, there is a large area of slight risk where there is the threat of a tornado. It is 5% probability across portions of Nebraska, and extreme northeast portions of Colorado and North Kansas. 2% goes over into Wisconsin. There's a wind threat, and there is also a hail threat. Tomorrow, day 2, we can see there is another threat that extends from Kansas, and it goes northeastward on up through portions of Nebraska, portions of Iowa, and portions of Minnesota, Minneapolis, yes, you could potentially be seeing this as well. Small tornado threat, wind threat, and there is even a hail threat. And I just want to take a look here. Yes, there is now a severe thunderstorm watch that just went out. I thought I saw this on the hazards map. There is now a severe thunderstorm watch that has gone up for portions of Wisconsin. And look at this. This is from a little bit earlier, but already 15 severe reports today, 12 being wind, 3 being for hail. So the map is starting to fill in a little bit. And surprisingly, those hail reports are in Ohio, where there is also a marginal risk there today. Be mindful of that. There could be a few storms that do end up going severe. All right, I want to take a look at the HER. And you know what? Let's advance this to a more recent run, because 12Z, that's a little bit far behind. Let's go to the 6Z run. And we can see here, or excuse me, 16Z run. And we can see here, showers and thunderstorms are ongoing right now across Wisconsin. There will be another round that gets going this afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms will continue across portions of Louisiana. And you can see here, look at this, as we head down the line. Things do start to get organized there in the Gulf, so it's possible that you do see a tropical system, whether it be depression or maybe it does get named to a tropical storm, Alberto. It is possible. And also, I wanted to show you this. Take a look in Idaho and portions of Montana. There's that snow I was telling you about in the mountainous region. Crazy to think about that for this time of year. Now, the ratio's probably relatively low. I wouldn't even say it's probably a 10-to-1 ratio. It's probably less than that, but look at this here. If we use, let's just say we use 10-to-1. Again, it's less than this. Look at that. It's actually showing accumulations anywhere from 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 inches, which obviously knock a couple inches off of that. It's June, but just to even see that at this time of year is relatively impressive. All right, let's take a look at the RGM model, shall we? And on the RGM model, as we head into Tuesday morning, look up in the upper Midwest and the plains. You got some very heavy rainfall with this area of low pressure, maybe some thunderstorm activity. That's where your flooding risk does come into play. Now take a look at Texas. The RGM model really hammers South Texas. So if you're down near Galveston through to about Corpus Christi, you really want to take note of this. You could be dealing with some heavy rainfall, not only just tomorrow, but Wednesday, and maybe even into parts of Thursday as well. How much rainfall are we talking about? Let's see how much rainfall is on the RGM. Yeah, take a look at that. Widespread 3 to 6 inches of rain, and where you're seeing these oranges and maroons, that's 6 to 10 inches of rainfall. It is possible. You also see up here in northern plains and Midwest, localized areas of 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, and it is showing a relatively impressive area across portions of Kansas, so be mindful of that. There could be flash flooding for you as well. Let's go over to the Weather Prediction Center, and we can see here there's a slight risk of excessive rainfall on the day 1 time frame up in the upper Midwest and portions of the plains. At one time, this was a moderate risk. They downgraded it. Quite frankly, if the RGM is correct, you saw that heavy rainfall showing. Maybe a moderate risk could have still been needed for tonight. Gulf Coast, there is a slight risk as well across portions of Texas and Louisiana and Mississippi. Marginal risk across the Ohio Valley. Day 2, there is still a moderate risk across portions of Texas and extreme southwest Louisiana. You saw the RGM model. It shows very heavy rainfall with what could potentially be Tropical Storm Alberta. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Whether or not it becomes a depression or tropical storm, it's not going to really change things all that much. This is mainly a rain event, and a very heavy rain event at that. If it gets named, okay, you get gusts 30 to 35 miles per hour. So that's something that we'll have to watch. There's also a slight risk for Tuesday for excessive rainfall, which means flash flooding possible from portions of Kansas on up into the upper Midwest. And when we go to day 3, there is another moderate risk. Now, yes, day 3 again across portions of Texas is showing moderate risk. Again, this is going to be a heavy rainfall event. Could be some gust over 30 miles per hour, maybe even up to 40 miles per hour if it reaches tropical storm status. But flooding, you do not want to drive on flooded roadways. Turn around, don't drown. Take a look at this. Portions of Nebraska and Iowa, slight risk for you. All right, how much rainfall is the Weather Prediction Center talking about? Well, let's refresh this. There we go. Here's today's update. You can see here in the north, there is still in the northern plains and Midwest, still a large area of heavy precipitation, generally 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, locally 5 plus. You can see there's also going to be some action towards the end of this period in the northeast where there could be a severe thunderstorm threat, and I'll show you that on the GFS in just a moment. And taking a look at this, yeah, Texas, anywhere from 5 to 10 plus inches of rainfall. You can see here where this yellowish color. Yeah, that would be a 10 plus pocket. Very dry in the southwest U.S. You have to concern yourselves with wildfires pretty soon, and hopefully some of this precipitation in the Four Corners region does come to reality because you're going to need the rainfall and just your daily showers and thunderstorms across portions of Florida. All right, taking a look at the GFS now. You can see here. Here comes what could be a depression or Alberto into Texas. You can see here showers and thunderstorms will continue across much of the week up in the northern plains and into the Midwest before this high finally starts to try and come southeast. But look at that, it doesn't last very long. And in the east at this time, very hot weather. The hottest day is going for the northeast is going to be on Thursday. The hottest day, say Philadelphia down to DC, Friday. By population in the United States, the hottest day will likely be Saturday. I'm seeing estimates of maybe up to 200 million people. That could be 90 plus degree temperatures. Yeah, that's absolutely insane. All right, moving on here, we can see here, showers and thunderstorms do become a thing on Saturday. And by the way, let's backtrack this for a second. Here's that little system in the Atlantic. It doesn't even get that impressive on the GFS anymore. So I really don't think it's going to develop into anything. If anything, it's just going to be a disturbance that moves west, provide some showers to the Carolinas or something like that. Now, we have to watch here. That little energy could get mixed in with this front that starts evolving. You can see there'll be showers and thunderstorms over the weekend across portions of New England. Then we have to watch as this trough comes through. And I want to show you the 500 millibar pattern. You can see here, there is some digging with this trough. And there's a relatively strong piece of energy. So Sunday evening, we have to watch for the potential for severe thunderstorms in the northeast, wind, hail, maybe even an isolated tornado threat would be possible with this. Again, maybe this lingers into Monday as well because you can see the energy. It's still there on Monday. Take a look at this. You can see, so either Sunday into Monday is a time frame generally from about, we'll say Washington, D.C. on northeast. We'll have to watch for showers and thunderstorms, some that could be severe. I know it's pretty far out there, but already it's a signal that is showing up. And behind that, there's another signal that's showing up. And I got to go back to 500 millibar to show you this. Take a look at these little areas of energy. You can see here, there's a ridge here in the plains next week. Look at these little ripples of energy that come through. There's one, there's two, there was one before that. You know what that could be a signal for? Mesoscale convective systems. There could be several that form in the plains and make their way down to the Tennessee or maybe Ohio Valley. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And that's something that is very well worth watching. And when we take a look at the surface, you can see here, there's one, There's potentially another one down there. Here's one over Iowa, and then here comes another one over Iowa, and it makes its way into Illinois before it dies out. It kind of hits a brick wall, but hey, that is something that is worth watching. All right, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Well above average temperatures for much of the country. Taking a look at precipitation, well above average in the south, slightly above in the northeast, below average in the west, near normal in the Pacific Northwest. Taking a look at 8 to 14 day, below average temperatures across portions of the Pacific Northwest, well above average for much of the country. And when it comes to precipitation, below average across Nevada, really much of the West Coast, just Washington and Oregon are the only place above average there. And precipitation down along the Gulf Coast will remain above average. The Gulf is going to be active. There's going to be more disturbances, more showers and thunderstorms that come out of the Gulf. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And near normal to slightly above average across the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and Northeast. Alrighty, folks, that does it for the Monday weather update. We'll have another one again tomorrow. If you like this update, give it a thumbs up. Want to see more content like this? Subscribe down below. Share this with anyone you know. And of course, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I do my future updates. And you can always follow me on my Twitter account at Climate Data Report. Actually, we call it X now. Alrighty, thanks for watching. I will see you all again next time. Have a great afternoon.